Good morning. This is Hope Reactor. Now, let's begin today's news.
The efficiency trap. Why humanity is losing the ability to think deeply. We are surrounded by more information than at any other point in human history. News reaches us instantly. Videos never stop coming. AI can even summarize everything for us. And yet, instead of creating more deep thinkers, it seems to be creating fewer. Information keeps growing, but our thinking is becoming shallower. That is one of the greatest contradictions of modern life. Have you ever tried to explain an article or video you recently consumed only to find yourself struggling for words? You watched it, you read it, you felt like you understood it, but somehow very little stayed with you. Today, we may be trading something valuable for convenience, the ability to think deeply. In the past, people read long books. They read novels. They read history. They read philosophy. Sometimes it took weeks to finish a single book. But during that time, their brains were being trained. They imagined the emotions of characters. They searched for meaning between the lines. They questioned the author's ideas. They developed opinions of their own. Complex pathways of thought were quietly being built. But look at today. Open social media. A 15-second video. A 30-second video. A 1-minute clip. Next, next, next. Our brains are constantly chasing the next stimulus. And before we realize it, reading a long article or book begins to feel uncomfortable. The human brain is not a fixed machine. The circuits we use become stronger. The circuits we neglect become weaker. Scientists call this neuroplasticity. In other words, if we constantly consume fast information, our brains gradually become optimized for fast information. To be clear, short-form content is not the enemy. Summaries are useful. News digests are useful. AI tools are incredibly useful. The problem is balance. A life built entirely on summaries is like trying to survive on energy drinks alone. It's efficient, but it doesn't build strength. Reading is inefficient. You turn pages. You stop when something is difficult. You go back and reread. You reflect. Sometimes you even get sleepy. But that inefficiency is exactly what trains the brain. Meanwhile, AI is evolving at an incredible pace. You ask a question. It gives you an answer. It summarizes information. It analyzes data. It translates languages. So where does human value remain? In our ability to create questions, in deep insight, in unique perspectives. And none of those things can be developed through endless consumption alone. Imagine two people reading the same news story. One reads only the headline. The other explores the background and context. A few days later, there may be little difference. But a few years later, the gap becomes enormous. Because deep thinking compounds, just like interest in a bank account. So what can we do? The answer is surprisingly simple. 15 minutes a day, that's it. Put your phone away. Turn off notifications. Open a physical book. Just 15 minutes. And here's the important part. It's not about how many books you read. It's not about reading speed. It's not about passing comprehension tests. It's simply about sitting quietly with words. At first, it won't be easy. Your brain will crave your phone. It will search for the next hit of stimulation. That's normal, because that's what it has been trained to do. But if you continue, something changes. Your focus improves. Your thoughts become clearer. Your emotions become steadier. And most importantly, your ability to think deeply begins to return. This is not just about reading. It's about life, relationships, work, politics, economics, education. None of life's important challenges can be understood at the surface level. They require depth. And in the age of AI, depth may become one of humanity's most valuable skills. Instead of constantly chasing speed, we may need to learn how to pause. Instead of maximizing efficiency at every moment, we may need to intentionally choose moments of inefficiency. Ironically, that choice may become a competitive advantage. If you've been feeling overwhelmed lately, if you're consuming more information than ever but feeling less focused, if you feel like your attention span is shrinking, try this. Just 15 minutes. Close the apps. Open a book. Reclaim a moment of silence. And here at Hope Reactor, there's one more thing we'd like to say. Humanity has just encountered something entirely new. Artificial intelligence. When the steam engine appeared, nobody knew exactly how it would change the world. When electricity arrived, nobody had a complete roadmap. When the internet connected the planet, nobody knew what society would become. And today is no different. We don't know exactly how to live alongside AI. We don't know how much we should rely on it. We don't know which human abilities we must protect. No one has all the answers. And that's exactly why our generation matters. We are not test subjects. We are pioneers. The first generation living through the AI age. The people who read. The people who think. The people who use AI wisely. And the people who make mistakes along the way. Every success, every failure, every lesson will become part of humanity's instruction manual for the future. We are not spectators watching history unfold. We are the protagonists of the AI era. The future will not be decided by a handful of experts. It will be shaped by the choices each of us makes every day. That is why Hope Reactor believes in a different future. Not a future where AI replaces humanity, but a future where AI helps humanity become more human, more thoughtful, more creative, more compassionate, and perhaps the first generation to show the world how that future is possible is us. The people watching this video right now. In the end, humanity may not be saved by a faster algorithm. It may be saved by someone quietly reading a book, one page at a time. This is Hope Reactor. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and leave a like. And before you go, tell us in the comments, when was the last time you finished reading an entire book?